Hello everyone, DJ Aiden here, and today I want to discuss about a theory that's been on my mind for months now, because I literally talked about it on my Twitter account, but I thought I should talk about it here, now that I'm out of my whole break arc. I don't know why I'm saying it like my life's some anime, but ignore that. Now, if you haven't saw my theory, or it's been a hot minute since you last saw my theory, and you're curious to watch this, well, you're in good luck, and I'll give you a little hint. It's somewhat about Happiest Day. Somewhat, okay? I know it sounds like a milk and Happiest Day, because I made a whole ass video being like, oh, security breach, Happiest Day, whatever. But hey, if these FNaF theorists can debate about whether Tales from the Pizzaplex is canon or not, over and over to the point it's starting to piss me off. Yeah, I think I can do that over and over. Alright, enough of my nearly 1 minute rambling, and let's get on to the theory. First, let's take one at a time and dissect each thing so we can get the full picture of what's going on. In the Ruin DLC, there are 3 endings. One is simply the elevator ending, which is just normal ending. Second is kinda secret ending. Basically, you have to disobey Gregory's direction and then head to the Fredbear 70s cutout, or what the file calls it, 70s Freddy cutout, if I'm correct. And when you wear your mask, you see Gregory, Helpy, and Vanessa having some nice ice cream. And Cassie takes a deep breath and Gregory says, "Cassie, I found a spot to hide!" And then for the third ending, Mimic wears a mascot, gets his ass whooped by the scooper that's somehow down there. That's a story for another day. What we want to focus on is the Brazil ending, specifically the little animated image of Helpy, Gregory, Vanessa all on the hill having some nice ice cream. Now take a look at this hill. Does it look familiar to you? If you said yes, then you are right, because it is the security breach hill that you see in the Burn Trap ending and the Save Vanessa ending. Now you may be wondering, why is the hill so important? Well, let me explain. In the Daycare of the Ruin DLC, you do not see it unless you probably have a little free cam, but Steel will definitely left it there on purpose. But there's a little art of the hill, and specifically the tree too, for some odd reason. Now, why would they draw it and put it on the walls of the daycare? Also, very much so worth noting that in the file, the art is called Security Breach Ending Tree. So yes, this is the tree from the Security Breach ending and the Brazil ending. Now on to step 2, the connections. After the end credits of FNaF 6, we see the gravestones of the missing children incidents, specifically the ones that we all grown to recognize: Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Golden Freddy, Puppet. Well, Puppet wasn't part of the missing children incident, but you get it. I'm just gonna be blunt right here, okay? I think the FNaF 6 gravestone sighting, whatever you want to call it, is the security breach ending little hill thing. Now, let me explain why I think so. Now, my connections are pretty simple. Tree on a hill. The graveyard's kind of like in a hill, and there's flowers all over the place. Exactly like the security breach ending hill. Now, let's go on to step 3, where things get a bit more interesting. In the good ending of FNaF 3, we walk around, we then give cake to the kid, then they put their mask away, and then their balloons float away. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, it probably does, because we exactly see balloons floating away in the Ruin Brazil ending. And with the whole balloon floating away thing in FNaF 3 kind of implies that the souls have moved on, so you could put that in the Ruin DLC and imply that either A, souls are moving on, or B, it's balloons because it's Cassie's birthday, I guess, maybe. I don't know, that's up to you. Now you're likely wondering, what on earth does any of this mean, and what does it imply for Cassie's story? Well, I'll shoot my shot and try to explain. I think the hill is a symbolism of a safe space, a place where you're free to move on, forget what happened in the past, and just be happy and move on. Perhaps it could explain why the Brazil ending plays the daycare music, because Cassie did spend a lot of time in the daycare, and it seemed like she liked the daycare. So I feel like it's adding up and telling us that, hey, this hill symbolizes peace in a way, inner peace. I also think it's worth mentioning that this theory, in a way, explains Gregory's line in the Brazil ending, where he says, "Cassie, it's okay, I found a spot to hide." It is strange that it uses the Gregory mimic line, but that's probably because Cassie's processing everything that's happening right now. Because you do have to remember, this is like in probably one day or one night, whatever. You could say that Cassie thought of Gregory because, well, Gregory brings her comfort. I mean, he was there for Cassie when she was at her lowest. So of course she's gonna really care for Gregory. Because, well, she literally won a whole hunt for Gregory. She literally got jumped by Monty. She walked it off just so she could save Gregory, even if it was just the mimic. So, she thought of Gregory in a safe place, and her in a safe place, and him telling her that's okay. Because Gregory is all she has at this point. Her father, God know what happened to her father. For all we know, her father might be dead. Now that we brought all the points here, let's blend them and make our conclusion. The hill from FNaF Security Breach is actually the gravestone from FNaF 6's ending. And what we see in the Brazil ending is Cassie imagining her, Gregory, Helpy, and Vanessa being in the hill, because the gravestone/hill symbolizes peace, a safe place. Now, I'm really happy with this theory. I'm pretty pleased with this, but there's one problem, and I'd say it's a decently big problem. Now, the problem is pretty simple, but it just really has me thinking because I'm stumped. I really don't know how to respond to a criticism like that because I'm gonna be real, I don't really have an answer as to why. But I guess to be fair, sometimes you don't have answers to everything when it comes to theorizing. Now, the problem is just why? And really, what does it do for the lore? Yes, it's a very cool callback if that's the case, but why? And it just has me stumped. I could be overthinking this. Tell me if I'm thinking too deep into this, and it's really simple to defend this theory. I don't know, it's been bugging my brain for a couple of months now. Other than that, that should be all. Give me your thoughts on this theory, because personally I'm really happy with that theory, other than my one big problem. Maybe it's not big and I'm overreacting, but yeah, just give me your thoughts. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you super enjoyed it. I don't know, that's up to you, but it'd be cool if you do it. But this has been DJ Aiden, and I'll see y'all on the flip side.